In 2024, Russian forces captured an American Bradley fighting vehicle in Ukraine, hauled it back to a military research institute, and tested it against live ammunition and against their own BMP-3. The report that came out of that testing wasn't propaganda. It was an internal Russian military document, reportedly leaked, grading their own vehicle against an American one. And by their own numbers, the Bradley won on almost everything. Here's what that report actually found, and why the BMP-3 still isn't the loser it sounds like. Both of these are infantry fighting vehicles, armored, tracked vehicles that carry troops into battle and fight alongside them. They were built around almost opposite priorities. The Bradley was built around one core idea: survive. It's the heavier of the two vehicles, in its current variant reportedly around 33 tons, carrying multiple layers of protection, specifically so the crew and the 6 troops inside can walk away from hits that would destroy a lighter vehicle outright. The BMP-3 was built around a different core idea: strike first, move fast, and do more with the vehicle itself. It's lighter, faster, carries more troops, and packs a genuinely unusual weapon: a 100mm main gun that can fire both regular shells and guided anti-tank missiles through the same barrel. Neither approach is simply better. They're answers to different questions about what a war will actually demand. Back to that Russian report. Testing on the captured Bradley reportedly found its armor held up against threats the BMP-3 couldn't survive, resisting 30mm rounds and certain rocket-propelled grenade types on the frontal arc, with a reinforced belly combining steel, aluminum, and a mine-resistant mat that reportedly outperformed the BMP-3 against mines and IEDs. The report cites a specific case from March 2024. A Bradley took 2 anti-tank missile hits, one to the turret, one to the side, and the crew survived, credited to the vehicle's add-on reactive armor. On firepower, the report reportedly found the Bradley's 25mm cannon roughly twice as accurate and more armor-penetrating than the BMP-3's own cannons. That's a striking result for an internal report to publish about your own frontline vehicle. But it wasn't a total loss for the BMP-3. The same report notes one real Russian advantage: ammunition for its 100mm gun and 30mm autocannon was reportedly far more available and easier to resupply in the field. So if the Bradley wins on armor and accuracy, why does the BMP-3's design still make sense? Because raw accuracy isn't the only thing a gun buys you. The BMP-3's 100mm cannon can do something that Bradley's 25mm simply can't: fire a genuine anti-tank guided missile straight out of the same barrel used for regular shells, giving the vehicle real tank-killing range without needing a separate missile launcher. The Bradley answers that with its own dual Tau missile launcher, reportedly effective past 3.5 kilometers. Different mechanism, similar goal. And the BMP-3 is amphibious. It can cross a river under its own power using water jet propulsion, something the Bradley, for all its armor, simply cannot do. It can ford shallow water, but it cannot swim. In a war that requires crossing water obstacles quickly, that single capability can matter more than a few extra millimeters of accuracy. The BMP-3 is also simply faster and goes farther on a tank of fuel. A reported 72 kilometers an hour on the road against the Bradley's 66, and roughly 600 kilometers of range against the Bradley's reported 483. It carries one more dismounted trooper as standard, sometimes 2 more in other configurations. And it's lighter and reportedly cheaper to build, at around $3.2 million a unit against the Bradley's reported $4.3 million. Though the US has built more than 3 times as many Bradleys as Russia has built BMP-3s. None of these numbers make the BMP-3 the better vehicle outright. They just show what Russia's designers spent that weight budget on instead of armor: speed, range, water crossing, and raw gunpowder. the opposite trade from the one America made. So, which one's actually better? By Russia's own testing, the Bradley wins on survivability and gun accuracy, decisively enough that their own report recommends bolting extra armor and missile launchers onto future BMP-3s just to close the gap. But the BMP-3 wasn't built to win that specific comparison. It was built to be lighter, faster, amphibious, and armed with a gun that doubles as a missile launcher, a different bet on what a war would actually require. Survivability against firepower and versatility. Neither bet is wrong. They're just built for different wars.